What is going on, my lovely Leos, and welcome to your January 2021 Tarot and Astrology forecast. So I hope you guys are doing well, my fellow Leos, at least my fellow Leo risings, because I'm not a Leo sun, but I am a Leo rising. So let's get into it. This month, Leo, is so big, like on so many different levels for everybody, but especially you in the other fixed signs of Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So this is a month where you really need to pay attention, because this is the start of a very long journey for you, Leo, especially for Leo risings. Now, this can relate as well for Leo suns and moons, but for Leo risings, especially you guys, or any fixed sign risings, especially, you guys are going to be feeling this, or we are going to be feeling this more than the other signs. And I'm going to tell you why here soon. But basically, this is a month, and I did take notes because I wanted to be very thorough in these readings for January. So I did bring the notes back, but basically this is a month where you are really going to, what I'm really kind of intuitively getting is you're going to start getting downloads or insights, or whatever you want to call it, if downloads is too much of a woo-woo word, into your future and into your part that you're going to play in the greater themes of what's coming in the next decade. That is what I mean, and even longer than the next decade, but that's what I mean when I say this month is so crucial for the fixed signs, because so much is happening, and the fixed signs are playing a major part in the changes to come and in the new world that is basically going to be born through the destruction of the old. And when I say that, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just being like realistic. Like, there is no going back to normal. So if you haven't been watching my other 2021 prediction videos, just in general on like a collective scale, then I would definitely recommend checking those out, because it's big. You know, there's a lot of big things happening. There's a lot of big changes coming. And so this is a month for Leos, especially, where you're going to start seeing glimpses and sneak peeks of what's to come, and how you are going to play a greater part in the world to come. And I also am feeling like you guys have been on the verge of something, or you guys have been kind of having downloads or insights or something about what's to come, or what you need to do. And I'm kind of feeling like you guys are, in a way, kind of seeing that something is up, or something is changing, something is coming. And so you may be feeling this push or this tension to take action in the next few months, especially, and throughout the year and other time periods, but especially this month. So the Mars-Uranus conjunction happening this month is happening in a place for us that is all about our future, that is all about our life path, what we're here to accomplish and achieve in the world, our public rewards and recognition, reputation, okay? Also authority figures and career. This is a place that is about all of those areas of life. So you're going to start seeing major themes in those areas of life. This could be a time where you've been really thinking about reinventing or renovating or upgrading or progressing, or even just changing careers, your career or your career path. And it's also a time where you want to be more independent. You don't want to have to follow some rules, you know, that are keeping you restricted or held back in the world. You really want to move forward. You really want to progress. You really want your own independence and freedom when it comes to who you are in the world, what you're known for, your achievements, your career, all of these types of things. So you could be in a job, Leo, that you may have been in for the last several years, or at least the last few years, that has been very restrictive, repressive, or just not doing it somehow, where you're not fitting in. We have the clouds coming out here, so that does tell me there's a sense of wanting freedom. there's a sense of like you're seeing through the bullshit that's being pushed right now, whether it's in a personal situation in your life, because like whether it's in a relationship, a commitment, a friendship, a job, a career, or just in the world in general, you're seeing through the bullshit. And this month, it's really going to become painstakingly obvious for you that like it's bullshit. You know what I mean? That things have been confusing for everybody, yes, but you're really starting to sense, like you're really feeling this urge, this tension to push through the clouds and the confusion and the delusion and what other people are saying. And just you can tell that there's narratives that are being pushed that are not all the way what they seem or appear to be. And I've been talking about this a lot as well as a Leo rising. I've been feeling this energy of liberation and wanting to, you know, really modernize like things, really wanting to bring truths to people, and you could be feeling that as well, Leo. And also, you know, this is Capricorn season, and Saturn and Jupiter are finally out of Capricorn, which is a place for you that is all about the daily grind, work, routine, health, illness, all of these different things, rules and regulations, responsibilities and burdens. And, you know, and you've had to you've like had a lot of struggle in this department when it comes to your day-to-day job or your day-to-day work or your day-to-day health or your day-to-day routines, you know, keeping on track with things. You've had a lot of struggle there. It's like you would make a little bit of progress and then you'd move 10 steps backwards with Saturn there. It's like you had to really grow up and really be at service, and at times, you know, your light was probably dimmed. You were probably feeling a little bit like you didn't have freedom, or like you were just doing things for others and not getting any payoff or something. And so now that Saturn and Jupiter are out of that 6th house area, you can start thriving again in the workplace and in your job and your career. But Saturn and Jupiter have now moved in to your opposite sign of Aquarius. So now it's very much about other people and relationships and commitments. But since Jupiter's there and Jupiter's out of fall, you're seeing a lot of progression in your relationships, or you will be. You will be seeing a lot of growth and expansion in your relationships and in your commitments or business partnerships. This is just any committed relationships that you have in your life. So it doesn't just have to be marriage or romantic. It could be business partnerships. It could be employees. It could be clients. It could be whatever. So here's the thing. There's some struggle though that's going to start becoming very apparent this month in January and throughout the year between your relationships and your commitments with other people and your social life versus your public image, your reputation, your career, authority figures, your future, and what you want. So for some people, just to give an example, this may not be it for you, but if you are like in a committed relationship, a possibility, like a way to kind of think about this or to combine these two areas of life is to think about it in terms of like, let's say you're in a committed relationship, but you're unsure about the future, or your career, your relationship is requiring more work or attention or commitment, and it's almost feeling like you don't have the freedom to express yourself in your career for some reason, or you don't have the freedom or the individuality to go after what you want in terms of your career. So these are just examples of how this could play out. You know, another big major theme that I see here coming for Leos is kind of this polarity, or this dynamic of how you're supposed to act versus who you really are in the world. And so this is going to be major, especially towards the end of the month when we have that Leo full moon around the 28th of January. You're really going to be feeling that tension and that energy between who am I, who is my reputation, or who am I out in the world, and who am I with other people or in my relationships, etc., etc. Am I being myself? Am I being my individual self? Have I changed? Like, do I need to change something in another area of my life because I've changed? So these are kind of the major themes, but we're going to start seeing major changes in these areas of life in January, February, and then also on and off throughout the year. And you're really getting glimpses as to what is coming. So with Uranus and Mars in the 10th house as well, you may start seeing new, shocking, disruptive, or progressional changes in the career department, or with your reputation or success, or with your achievements or your goals. Major breakthroughs in career could happen as well, or even getting recognized for something unexpectedly. You may also need to upgrade or do something new. Authenticity and freedom in career is going to be another big theme. Modernizing what you do in your career or what you want out of your future. Rebellion in career could happen, whether it's with you or a boss or the company you work for or something. I also wrote down, are you conforming? So that's going to be another big one, Are you going with what other people want, or are you doing your own thing, So there's also going to be a lot of putting yourself out there, doing something revolutionary. Dynamics and tension between relationships or commitments versus career, future, reputation, goals, and success. You could also be recognized or have a major breakthrough in career. There could be major changes, updates, or upgrades in career or with your bosses or company, like I said before. There could be power struggles in day-to-day work life or coworkers, commitments, partnerships, contracts, business, or your romantic relationships, which somehow could bring tension with the career. There could be a lot of health stuff coming up as well in January, or just a level of wanting to shift, learn, or focus on healing, and also possibly how to help others. So we'll get to the rest in a minute. Right now I want to get into your cards. So Leo, there seems to be some clarity coming when it comes to the home life, and that's another thing I want to talk about really quick. With Saturn and Jupiter in your 7th house, it is very likely that partnerships are going to become very important to you, but also become partly challenging for you guys as well. So, and what I mean by this is Saturn is serious, it restricts, it's boundaries, it is kind of feeling isolated or different, but also rules and structure and authority and all of these types of things. So in your 7th house of relationships, if you're not in relationships, like I said for the 2020 predictions, if you're not in relationships that can stand challenge and obstacles and restriction and some hardship from time to time, then these relationships are not going to stand the test of time, whether they are romantic or friendship or family or whatever. So this is when you are going to start seeing who it is that is going to be your ride or die people, your tribe over the next couple years, Leo. So this is an important time because, if relationships in your life cannot stand to be challenged, they will fall away because the foundation of your relationships is going to get challenged. It is going to feel unstable or uncertain at times. It is going to feel restrictive or isolating at times. So these are things that can also make your relationship stronger with Jupiter there. So there is a really good chance that you are able to grow together from these challenges if you're in the right relationships, if you have the right relationships in your life. So there's another good possibility that a lot of Leos will find themselves in committed relationships, or at least, or even getting married over the next few years, or at least be in a relationship that is like marriage, or take that next step, like up your level of commitment in relationships, But at the same time, like I said, there's also going to be some relationships that don't last or that don't stand the test of time because it's not mature enough, it's not ready, it can't stand Saturn's restriction and density, you know what I mean? So those are the kind of just to be realistic with you, those are the kind of dualistic sides of this transit. I do think it's going to be a very good transit. If you have Saturn in Aquarius, then you are going through your Saturn return. So congratulations, I am too. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into your cards now. So we have the clouds. Since the light is facing the house, I feel like there is definitely some clarity coming, some insight, like I was saying before. This could be in regard to home, family, foundation, or the community around where you live, your neighborhood. This could also be something that, once again, a foundation or a structure in your life that you thought was solid. There could be some kind of insight coming on that, coming in on that. We also have the maze here. So this tells me that there is somewhat of a search or a feeling of taking a few steps forward and then taking a few steps back in some area of your life. It could be with home and family, or it could be with another area of your life. And so I feel like this is more life path, your life in general. Where am I going in life? What do I do? And so you're feeling a little bit confused on that, but I can tell you that the Maze card is very much, it brings the message of other people are going through this too, which is why there's more than one person in this card. So you're not alone. Other people are going through this too. Other people are thinking the same thing. We also have the white doves in this card, which does tell me, once again, we have birds in two of these cards so far, that there is a sense of freedom coming. There is a sense of liberation coming, a very strong sense of empowerment, individuality in some area of your life. So you're going to start feeling that tension to do something. And then we have the dice. Okay, so you're going to feel that tension to take a risk, to roll the dice, to say screw it, you know what I mean? To really do something that is going to possibly bring you to shake things up in some way, that's going to bring you some sort of liberation or freedom. Now, it does seem to be here some kind of burden or heavy responsibility ending for some of you. Something that's been a responsibility for you for a long time, that you felt that you had to stay loyal to, but maybe that wasn't necessarily all the way right for you, or there was things that you couldn't see. So there could be some surprises this month, Leo, some kind of shocking things that slap you on the ass a little bit. It could be with a relationship for some of you, but I feel like a lot of you guys, if this is you, this probably isn't going to be for all of you. It's just a message for some of you. You saw it coming. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. And some of you may even look at it like it was a gift, because maybe it was like on your nerves or something. Maybe it was getting a little bit annoying or something like that. So keep that in mind. But there is something coming here where, with some kind of commitment, that you kind of knew was coming, but it still is a little bit surprising in some way. And it may test either your loyalty to the situation that's became somewhat burdensome and that needs to end, or it may be like, okay, you need to stop being loyal to something that's already done, or that's something that's not paying off, or something that's really bringing you down and really burdensome in some way. So that could just be a message for some of you, maybe not all of you. So we'll see what else comes up in your cards, Leo. So let's go ahead and move on to your oracle cards and see what comes up. So yeah, Leo, this month is definitely a month that kind of shakes things up, that does kind of roll the dice. That dice card has been coming up for like almost every sign so far. And it really is going to test you, you know, like, who are you? Who do you want to be? Are you being yourself? It really is, especially when the Leo full moon comes, which is happening in our sign. You know, there could be some major breakthroughs of self, possibly some endings or some peak moments or even decisions or conflicts in our lives where we have to figure out what feels authentic to us, where we have to figure out the right path. You know what I mean? And also, you know, we have the Capricorn new moon towards the middle of the month on the 13th, you know, which is going to be conjunct Pluto, and in our, in a place for us that is all about work and daily routine. So we have community, indecision, financial constraints, and woman holding a heart. So what I see here, Leo, is you're really questioning your values when it comes to what you want in your future this month. You're really questioning your direction. And I kind of feel like there is somewhat of a rebellious or isolated kind of energy that you may be feeling here. You may be feeling different than than other people. You may be feeling somewhat outcasted. You may be feeling like you're almost against the status quo, and is what I'm kind of really getting from this. And I also feel like you're kind of trying to decide your role in things, your kind of your part in the greater whole, your place in the world. You know what I mean? And I feel like that this is a month where you're really questioning those things. Now, there could be some confusion as well when it comes to finances. There could be some questioning things in regards to finances, which could be weighing on your decision. We also have woman holding a heart, so I feel like the other thing is possibly relationships, love, what you need, what your needs are. Are your needs being met? How can you go after what you want in the world, but also be who you are and also somehow hold on to relationships that are important to you? We also have man holding a coin. We also have woman holding a coin. So it does tell me that there is some kind of financial thing here going on. I also feel like some of you guys could have an opportunity this month to do something that could make you money in some way, but it's deciding on that thing because that thing could pull you away from something else. So let's go ahead and see what else we get here for Leo for the month of January 2021. So another thing that could really come up with this this energy over this year is that there could be some power struggles in your day-to-day work life or with coworkers, or your commitments, partnerships, contracts, you know, whether it's business or romantic, could somehow bring tension with the career. There's also, you know, like I said, there can also be a health, some health themes that come up this month in particular, where it's like you have to make some drastic changes, you know, you have to make some drastic changes, or you have to commit to something, or you have to get a hold of something, or even let something go. Okay, so, and then like I said, well, I didn't say this yet, sorry, but towards the end of the month, you may start feeling the tension rise as we get closer to that full moon in your sign, and as things start really switching into Aquarius, because we'll have major transits in Aquarius all kind of squaring, you know, that Taurus energy in your sector of career and reputation and all of that. So I also want to tell you, Leo, be very careful about the impulsive need or desire or actions that you take this month in career. You could have, you could get angry about something, or you could get triggered by something and just randomly like up and do something crazy with your career. And it's not that you can't liberate yourself or break free from something or have some kind of breakthrough or make some kind of changes. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that the results of that may not turn out how you originally think that they are. So you want to be careful and find a balance between making a change but doing it the right way. With Saturn there in your 7th squaring all of it, like you want to make changes and that are really going to lay a foundation, and that are smart changes that are actually going to pay off and be stable and not put you in an unstable or uncertain situation, if that makes sense. So we have partnerships and alliances and spiritual union. Interesting. For some of you, you could be going into business with a partner or a relationship, or there could be a friend that you're working with or something. There's definitely some kind of alliance partnership here, like the card says, because both of these cards deal with other people. So this is definitely a time where other people are a pretty big thing in your life right now, and your relationships and alliances with other people, your social life, what people think of you. It could also be, Leo, that you're one way, or that you're feeling one way internally, but you're projecting something different on the outside, which could really go with this energy that I was getting for you guys on authenticity and originality. You know, that could really be coming up. Okay, so we have sacral chakra, justice, and the sun. Interesting. There's some kind of major, I think, truth coming out here. A truth about what it is that you truly want this month, Leo. What it is that you truly desire. There's also a need here, like I said, with justice, to consider everything carefully, to come at things from an unbiased point of view, to really look at each side of things. Because something's coming to light. You could be bringing it to light. You could also be, on some level, a peacemaker right now, or somebody that really brings the truth to light to people, to other people. We also have the Nine of Cups. We have the Eight of Pentacles and the Star as well. You're working this month, it's going to become clear what you want to do in the world and what you feel like your place is in the greater whole. And you're starting to work towards that. The only thing that I will say, Leo, is leave room for change, because anything that you're working towards this month and this year is likely going to have unexpected things pop up here and there that are out of your control. At the bottom, we have base chakra, truth, once again, which is judgment, movement, choices, and decisions. Accelerated motion. So yeah, you're going to feel the urge to speak your truth, to make changes, but it's warning you to also be patient and plan. Do it the right way, you know? And this could be affecting your relationships this month, like I've already kind of mentioned. So let's go ahead and see what comes up with your tarot cards as well. See if anything else wants to come up here. We have the Five of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Well, okay. I feel there's definitely some trickery going on in some area of your life, or something that you feel is unjust or unfair, which is why justice and judgment were coming up. The 3 and 4 of Wands. Yeah. You're trying to do something the right way. You're trying to move up in some area of life, but you're trying to do it in the right way. But you're conflicted because there's something unjust here that I feel you're witnessing. And you're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. You're kind of caught weighing out these physical changes. These are very physical changes happening in the physical. But they involve stuff that you're emotionally detached to. You're feeling very tempted to move away from something, or to walk away from something. Ooh, I'm getting a lot of pressure in my third eye area right now. Seven of Cups. This is really interesting. The Star, the Lovers, the Three of Pentacles. Leo, someone or some situation in your life may pop up this month that is really tempting you and really clouding your judgment. Or this could be happening to other people and you could be really seeing it. Look, Judgment on the bottom. Oh my gosh. So you want to get the truth out there. You want to be liberated from whatever this is. You're going to have the impulse to do that. You know, you want to kind of bring things together or help things out in some way. This could be in your career as well. This definitely could be in your career. But I do see that you are getting clarity towards the end of this month on your path, where you should go, what path or decision you should make. And I do see you possibly working or helping or collaborating with other people here. So yeah, Leo, so that's what I'm getting for you guys. Let me draw a few cards for love here and see what comes up for the love life, since the love life is such a big area of life for you this year and the next couple years. Woo, we have separation and wedding. Major contradiction there. So for some of you, I do feel like you're going to start feeling a little bit distant from your significant other if you're in a relationship. For others of you, you're going to be stepping up the notch, or this distance could lead to something that is a little bit more committed. We also have attraction coming up here. Yeah, like I said, some of you guys are going to be stepping it up a notch. Going to that next level in a certain relationship. And other relationships that are in your life that will not stand the test of Saturn and time, Saturn rules time, will fall away. We have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. We also have attraction here, which talks about the present moment. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So this isn't waiting around, and this has been a big message coming forth lately. This isn't waiting around for something to get better or something to happen or, you know, whatever. This is really allowing yourself to move forward now, to do something now, to allow things to get better in the moment instead of waiting, if that makes sense. To be more in the moment, to do things now. Like, it's not the time, this is not the year to just wait around, you know. Things are not going back to normal. What do you need to do something different? So we have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Saturn is going to make sure you're putting the effort into your commitments and relationships. We also have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So for some of you, it could be you wearing the mask, you know what I mean? It may not be a romantic relationship for some of you, but You never know. So yeah, that is what I'm getting for you guys, Leo. Hopefully this reading was helpful. Definitely let me know down below if you're still here and you watched all the way through, as always. I appreciate your support. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram to keep up with me and more predictions and more cool astrology and tarot stuff as well. And yeah, I will see you guys in my other videos.